Hello. Oh, welcome to Algebra today. How exciting. All right, here's what's on the docket. Today is the 22nd. It is Post-it Partner Wednesday, of course. So today you're going to post on Schoology and tell me a Goosebumps story. Essentially, by that I mean a time when you got goosebumps, you got creeped out, you got freaked out. Describe a time something creepy or unexplained happened to you. So if you have any of those stories, please tell me. I've got a story for you, music box story. This actually didn't happen to me, it happened to my dad. So when my mom was sick, she died 3 years ago now, and when she was really sick with cancer, my dad we had a 2-story house, and I obviously wasn't living at home anymore, so my old bedroom still had a bed in it, kind of like a guest bedroom, and he would sleep downstairs pretty regularly. He'd go to sleep with my mom at night and wait till she fell asleep because she, through chemo and stuff like that, had sleep apnea, so she did a lot of really loud snoring and shuffling and moving, and so he would, go sleep downstairs for the night after she fell asleep. And so he's downstairs in my old bedroom, and in the closet there's a lot of like my old stuff still there, not a whole bunch, but some. And so in the middle of the night, like around 2 in the morning, he's woken up by music, and it goes on for probably like maybe 3 minutes. I mean, enough to wake him up, and then he had to look for it, and it was in the closet in the bottom of a box in my room. And it was one of those old like jewelry boxes with like the little ballerina inside that kind of like twirls as music plays. And I don't even think they're supposed to last that long when you wind them up, but this thing was closed, and it stopped right before he found it. But he, turned it on to see if it was the same song, and it was. Called me about it the next day, real creeped out. He does not believe in anything paranormal, so it was interesting that he called and told me about it, but I thought it was creepy, so thought I'd tell you. Okay, so quick reminder, number 3, is that we've got the 4.1 and 4.3 quiz in the gradebook. Everybody's is in there. You need to retake it by Friday. If you're interested, you need to fill out the form. That is really important. There's a retake form right underneath this folder, the 422 folder. Right underneath it is a retake form. Fill it out. I've got a list of 8 kids right now that have filled it out, and if you are on that list, awesome. I will be following up with you today. Some people on that list haven't sent me corrections yet. Some people have sent me corrections, and they're waiting for the retake, and some people have done the retake and are waiting for me to grade it. So I'll be dealing with those 8 today. If you're not on that list, make sure that you get on that list so I know that I need to follow up with you, because that's what I'm kind of using as my check-off list as I go through all the retakes, is making sure I get those 8 right now done, and possibly more if you guys need it. So please let me know. Okay, today we're talking about parallel lines, 5.2 notes. I'm going to do it on graph paper today just because I think it'll be a little easier. You can choose to do that or not, your choice, but I really do suggest, as always, that you are taking notes with me. It really, really helps. All right, so this is 5.2, day 1, and today we're going to talk about equations for parallel lines. One thing I really hate about this teaching this way is that normally when I'm teaching you, I would talk to you about what I was doing, kind of get like some question and answer going, where I could ask you what you already know, and you can't tell me what you already know because you're sitting at home, probably in your pajamas, if you're smart, and watching this. So, get something to my sharp weapon ruler to make things work. Okay. But yeah, I can't get any feedback from you, and that kind of sucks. Okay, so parallel lines are essentially 2 lines going in the exact same direction with exactly the same slope. They're like railroad tracks. They will never cross as long as they keep going straight, which, since this is straight lines, they do. So they will never cross. Okay, there's never an intersection point. All right, so here's an example. Let's say we've got the equation y equals 2x plus 1. All right, so here is my y-intercept. That's 1. Hopefully you guys are following along that by now. And then the slope is 2 over 1, so I'm going to go up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, and draw in my line. And there's my first line. Now, if I want to draw something parallel to that, it just has to have the exact same slope, and it can kind of be moved around anywhere you like. So, I don't know, let's just make it up. I'll put a point right here and go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Okay, draw that in. So those are two parallel lines. They will never touch. I mean, they probably would touch if you drew them out, just because my lines aren't exactly accurate. But if you drew it with like a computer program or something like that, that had exactly the same slope, they would never touch. Something interesting to note. 1, the slopes are exactly the same. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. But the y-intercepts, those are different. Okay, so parallel lines have the same slope, but not the same intercept. So I'm going to write here, parallel lines have the same slope. That's the big takeaway today. Parallel lines have the same slope. Important. Okay. So, example 1. This is what your homework's going to look like. We're going to do 2 examples like this, and I got some feedback from you guys, from some different students, that you really like it when I do steps, so I'm going to do steps 2. Write the equation of a line that passes through the point -4, 2, and is parallel, oops, writing off the page here, slide it up a little bit, alright, and is parallel to the graph of y equals 3x minus 5. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of do this problem, and then we're going to talk about afterwards some steps to actually do here.